Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what our kids are going to be doing for group work for the school year of 2022 to 2023. So if you enjoy seeing homeschool curriculum, please remember to subscribe and let's get into this video. Okay, so at this point, I already have curriculum videos for my 5th grader, 4th grader, 2nd grader, and kindergartner. And so I will make sure those are linked down in the description box if you want to check them out. And today I'm going to talk about our group work and everything that we're going to kind of be doing, or we're at least going to try to do, because that's always the operative word, is to try. Group work has kind of disappeared the last few months since I had a baby. Everything got a little crazy. It was a little busy at first with him. And then we kind of got into a group of doing some of our group work again, and then it disappeared. I'm not quite sure what happened. So we're still working on it. So we haven't made tons of progress from last fall. And so some of these things might be repeats from last year, but then I'm gonna show you what we'll work on after if we get through these things in the fall. We'll see how it goes. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we do in our group work is our scripture study. So this is something I mentioned in the individual videos because my kids fill out these booklets individually, and sometimes they do separate scripture study as well, but we also do this together. So this is a booklet I put together from the Come Follow Me curriculum that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints puts out. So this year we're studying the Old Testament, and so I continue to make these as a free download. So if you wanted to check it out, you can look down in the description box, it'll be linked. But we go through our scripture study because that's very important for us, and that's kind of how we start our day. And then I have a few other things that we've sort of been working on and I wanted to work on. So journaling is very important to me. I've been keeping a journal since I was like 14 or 15, almost every single day. So I have lots of them, but I saw this one last year. Someone had recommended it on YouTube, and it's 1 question a day for kids, and it lasts for 3 years, and you can write the year in it. And so it's not something that, oh, this is gonna expire or whatever. So this last year, when a lot of things is kind of like blew up in my face, we did not get to this. So I still want to try to work on this and do one of these things every single day and just have my kids thinking about what's going on in their life. And so we'll be doing that for group work. And then also planning, because planning is also something that's important for us to realize. So these are Capable Kids Planners from Jordan Page here on YouTube. And we've worked on this a little bit. And again, these are fill in as you go. So it's not if, oh, we miss a month or something happens and we just miss a whole week. You could still just use that week because it doesn't have a specific date on it. You write it in. So it doesn't go to waste if you don't fill it in, which is nice because when life is a little bit crazy, sometimes you miss things and that's okay. So it has a thing for today. As you can see, we wrote on it with a wet erase marker. So things that they should be doing every day. But then for the week, they like me to write it in, which is good because then it's a little bit smaller. But that week she just put, look at last week, because I didn't have a chance to write it in. So I'll go through and write in things they're learning, so what they need to be doing for school that maybe is a little different than just our normal routine. And then their work, so their chores, and then their play. So if there's any like extra activities that week, or maybe sports things they're doing, or art things we're doing, or things like that, they can write them. And then there's places for notes down at the bottom. And it's usually easiest for me. I've started to do this the last few weeks, or at least 1 week. We're working on it. We're always working on things with all the kids. It's really hard because there's just so many of them. So trying to get through everything is a challenge, but we're trying. And so I'll sit down with them. We'll go through the week. I'll write things in for them until they can get a little bit better about writing small. And we'll discuss what's going on. And I think I'm going to try to keep doing that because I feel like it helps me and it helps them to know what's going on in the week. And then I can tell them to go look in their planner if they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing, or if there's an extra activity or whatever. So we're gonna try to focus on that and work through that a little bit. And then our history and science curriculums are going to look similar to last year because we haven't made too much progress, like I said. And so we're gonna continue on with the Good and the Beautiful's year 1, or yes, year 1 is what they call it. And so that's what we have here. We maybe made it a third of the way through this book, and we made it to the 2nd reader. And so we have like basically not started that one. And then they have their little workbook. Sorry, my hair, guys, you guys know it just like bugs me to pieces. Normally I have it up in a ponytail, so I actually like do it for you, or I do it on Sundays, and I don't do it many other days because it just bugs me. It's always in my face, so I'm sorry if I fidget with it all the time. But they have their student manual that you can download and print. And the Good and the Beautiful, they have different grades. So this is grade 4 through 6, and they have one for, I think, 1st through 3rd, and some for the older kids. So it's very adaptable, and we've enjoyed that. But I also have History Year 2 right here, ready to go, so that when we finish the first one, we're ready for Year 2. So I have that, so we'll hopefully get to that, because we're gonna try to keep doing some group work stuff over the summer. And then last year we started the Sassafras, what is this, science. And I've really enjoyed it. So this is elemental science, which I had done years before, but I didn't know that they had this kind of branch of it. And so they have some science that mixes all the different disciplines that you can introduce young kids to. So physics, chemistry, all those things, just little easy lessons. Then they have specific like chemistry and biology lessons and things like that, if you wanted to look at it. But then this is really fun because of the reader that comes with it. They're over here. So this, I bought it in a bundle. So I have both readers, volume 1 and volume 2, because ideally you should be able to get through one of these in half the year and the other one in the other half of the year. And so we've only made it about halfway through zoology. My kids love the readers. They're just super funny. It's a fun story to go along with the learning, and it just makes it more fun. And so there is a lot of activities and extra books and things you can get. You don't have to. A lot of times we just read the book, and if there's a simple activity or demonstration, then we'll do it. And so it can be overwhelming if you go into it like, oh, I have to do all the things, and you can do all the things. And they do have a layout in here for you. So if you want to do a 2-a-day week, or if you wanted to do science for 5 days, it gives you a whole bunch of things you could do. So it is very comprehensive in that way, that there is a lot you can do if you really want to do a lot of science stuff. But there's also a little bit of it can be overwhelming if you're like, I have to get through all of this. And then when you order it from them, I think you can order it as a download as well if you want to bind everything yourself. But they give you these log books, but you can also get the download for them. And so that's what I do, and just download one for each of my kids. So we are doing zoology, and we're gonna try to get to anatomy halfway through the year. So that's where we are with our history and science curriculum. But then I also had gotten the Good and the Beautiful's science for little hearts and hands. This is new, and I just thought it'd be fun to try, especially for my littlest. Well, she's not my littlest anymore. It's really hard for me to remember, like, oh yes, we have a baby. But my 5-year-old, and I think all my other kids will enjoy participating as well. And so I'll try to review this later in the year, after we've actually used it, because I'm not super familiar with it yet. But then I also ordered the safety from the Good and the Beautiful. They just had a new safety unit, and paleontology. And so we'll work those in as well, because I really love the Good and the Beautiful's curriculum. Their science curriculum is a lot of fun, and it's very, very simple and easy. Like, very little prep work is needed for it. So we're gonna do those things. And then we'll still have we're gonna have our Friday activities. I'm getting ahead of myself. So our schedule might be a little bit different. We've been doing a charter school, and the charter school has only been up in our area for 3 years, and they are about 2 hours. Like, the base school is 2 hours away. And I think the program just wasn't working out super well up here. They didn't have as many resources. It was hard to keep it staffed. And so they're not doing it this year, which is fine. It's fun to like do something different. And so that was normally on Thursdays from like 9 to 3. My oldest 3 kids were gone, and this year it would have been my oldest 4. And so now we're gonna plan on doing school Monday through Thursday. Before we did Monday through Wednesday book work, and then Friday we did group work and just had it as like a fun like Friday activity day. And so now we'll do book work and group work Monday through Thursday. And then Friday can still be that day where we either do our lemonade time, which I have a video for, I can link down below, or we'll go hiking, or we'll do an art project, just some extra things, and just also that little bit of a flex day. If something happens through the week, we can use Friday for schoolwork, or if we want to go somewhere and do something like that, like have another experience, we can do that. So that's kind of what our Fridays will be like, and that's what our week will look like. It'll be different than it has been for the past like 3 years, because we won't have that charter school on Thursday. So it'll be kind of nice in a way, and then not in another way. You know, it'll just change our schedule and be a little different. And so we'll see how it goes. And then let me look at my list if I missed anything. The last thing would be STEM activities. We could also put that into our Friday rotation, because that was something my kids at the charter school, they really loved doing STEM activities, where they give them a whole bunch of things like straws and paper and pipe cleaners, you know, and they build something with it. And so if you have good resources for STEM activities, like a blog or something that you really like that gives a lot of good activities, please let me know, because that was something my daughter, who is 9, almost 9, was requested. She's like, oh, can we still do STEM activities even though we don't go to charter school? So we're gonna try to incorporate that into group work, maybe every other week. It'll kind of depend how complicated they are and how much work I have to do to prep them. You know, if it's something easy to throw together, we can do them more often. If it's more complicated, we won't do them as often, because I don't have time to do stuff that's super complicated. So we'll see how it goes. And then, you know, we'll have other little group work things here and there that'll change throughout the year, but this is kind of the basis of what we will be doing for the whole school year. And I'm excited. I've actually really enjoyed our group work last fall when it was consistent. We were doing it at the very beginning of our homeschool day, and I really, really enjoyed it. But this last few months, it's kind of gotten really crazy, and we haven't gotten through our group work. So I'm excited to try to get back into a normal routine and to keep learning and discussing things as a group. Okay, so that's our group work for this next school year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below and let me know what group work you're looking forward to doing this next year, and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.